Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Thank you very much for tuning in, giving us a couple of minutes of your day. All I ask is take a moment out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And again, hopefully I can continue to point you in the right direction. So here we go. So this is kind of where we talk about, the dog days of summer. It is the middle of August. Your kids, depending where you are in the world, but your kids probably either started school or about to start school or within the next 2 weeks of starting school. I am Thursday going to my son. It's moving day. And, as we approach the end of summer, you are going to notice there's going to be days that the market feels like it doesn't want to do anything. And it's because, again, people are taking their last opportunities, especially here in the Northeast, to go on vacation, to move their kids into dorms, or just to have, the typical staycation. Just leave me alone. I'm in my backyard. I don't want to talk to anybody. The point of trading is, remember, all this is real, right? What I just discussed. The problem is we don't trade the stock market, right? Again, you don't go into the supermarket and buy every single aisle, right? You go into the supermarket and you get your specific needs, your cheese, your meat, your dairy, whatever the case may be. And trading is exactly the same way. Now, if you approach today's trading day from a point of view of nothing is going on, you're probably right? You probably did, hit the ball on the nose, right? The market pretty much didn't do anything. The Dow down 200, NASDAQ down 80, Qs are still kind of distributing this whole move that reclaimed the 50-day moving average on August the 4th. And if you look at the majority of names, they're neutral to weak, right? Even the stocks that were very, very strong are neutral to weak now, right? PLTR had a really big godlike run. It's tired, right? It's tired. It's kind of tired. It needs a little bit more distribution to kind of move higher. You have names, for example, like NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA has been very, very strong for the last 3 weeks. And, it started out very well today. You had a lot of call buying coming in and everything was great. And just, again, it got tired. Names like Amazon, who's been under a pressure in the last several weeks, ever since Jeff Bezos has been selling the stock. Again, not really a lot of great price action in the last several weeks, but ultimately, again, all this is happening still above the 50-day moving average. Google as well. Ever since it came out with earnings, not only did it give back the whole earnings move, it lost the 50-day moving average about a week ago. And now it's, not that far away of losing an intermediate week worth of channel. You have Tesla kind of in no man's land. Good news is it's given us a lot of really, really great opportunities from reclaiming the 5, reclaiming the 10, reclaiming the 20, traded all the way up to the 34 EMA. And it's kind of like in the middle of the channel here. Above the 34 EMA, it goes higher. If it loses the 5-day moving average, goes lower. So you're starting to see a lot of indecisive charts where the price action, the price discovery is kind of in no man's land unless you know where to look. And this is kind of where I always encourage guys. I don't care if you are trading for 10 minutes, 10 years, or anything in between. The point is keep looking at charts. You're going to find that group that's going to stand out. You're going to find that group that eventually is going to give you that highest probability of price action. And if you know where to look and you turned around today and say the market sucks, the market's not doing anything, well, you're not looking at the semiconductor group. That group continues to do very, very well. And we saw that latest rounds of sell-offs a couple of weeks ago got completely engulfed. And we talk about the greatest setup, right? The highest probability setup always to price action is reclaiming the 50-day moving average. And if you look at a slew of symbols in the last week or so, you'll notice, well, they reclaimed the 50-day moving average and now they're going higher. And that is the theme. So if you look at every single group, for the exception of the semiconductor/memory chips, yeah, they're completely indecisive. But this is the group that looks like where the rotation is coming in. Rotation continues to flow in. And as the day goes by, you'll notice more and more names are reclaiming the 50-day moving average. So in the last few days, you had Micron. Remember Micron? We kept on talking about, watch the, they're coming for the thousands, coming for the thousand, they're coming for the thousand short-term expiration. Well, it was sitting above the 50-day moving average for 1-2 days, and today it expanded. SanDisk did exactly the same thing. SanDisk was below the 50-day moving average, reclaimed it today, and did very, very well, right? Went extremely aggressive. TSM reclaimed the 50-day moving average about a week ago. It's just kind of grinding up. It's up about, went up as much as about 7-8 points above the 50-day moving average, and now it's just kind of grinding higher. And if you look at the names on deck, right, you can see where the potential value in the next couple of days. Again, assuming they can reclaim back the 50-day moving average. But I'm going to give you guys 3 names that potentially can reclaim back the 50-day moving average. And unless the market completely implodes, if the rotation continues in these memory slash semiconductor names, then these are 3 names that potentially in the next couple of days, like I said, if the market doesn't die, can start reclaiming and start expanding. The first one is AMD, right? AMD is starting to look like Micron. And what I mean by that is, if you guys remember, Micron got to the 50-day moving average and did nothing for 3 days, and then it just absolutely exploded. If you look at AMD, it's kind of playing out the same way. AMD right now is just sitting right around its 50-day moving average for the last couple of days. It had an expansion cycle last Friday and did absolutely nothing today, which is a good thing, right? Which is an absolutely good thing. I think if the market continues to kind of even straddle, right? Straddle from delta neutral to a little bit of weakness, a little bit of positivity, kind of doing nothing that is concerning or eyebrows raising, I think it'll be fine. All this thing needs to do is get that aggressive weekly call buying. If you guys notice, and I'll show you guys some examples today, if you guys notice, again, the stocks that are getting the deep option flow, right? The deep short-term calls, like when Micron was at 950, 960, we were talking about, guys, they're betting the thousands, betting the thousands, betting the thousands. Well, again, they finally got the 1,000 expansion. So what we are looking for in the next few days is AMD to come in for some, I would love to see a buyer come in for like 5 million for the 550 weeklies. Right, that's going to literally, send it off. So it's definitely a name I am watching for the next couple of days. Look at Lam Research, same thing, right? Lam Research is now day 2 above the 50-day moving average. Same group, right? Same group, same thought process, same everything. If there is going to be money flow and it continues to go into the semiconductors, you want to concentrate on the names that are building back either above, trying to reclaim it back to 50-day moving average, or build above it. LRCX is definitely a name worth monitoring in the next couple of days. And Marvel, same thing, guys. The same play over and over and over again. So Marvel had a very, very aggressive move today. Some short-term call buying coming in. As you guys see, it got rejected off the 50-day moving average. So it needs to get back above it in the next couple of days. Same theme, same trade, same setup. And if everything plays out like everything should, well, all 3 of these names, if they do confirm, and again, that's a big if, we don't know, they should pull maybe a Micron, a SanDisk, or possible TSM. Some other good flow that came in today, and we'll get to the pivots in a second, was SpaceX. I tell you one thing, SpaceX gave a really good move. And SpaceX is very, very close to busting out of this channel. Obviously, the 50-day moving average doesn't come into play here just because, again, it's a relatively short data-driven stock. But you could see they were coming for, in the morning, they were coming for the 150s. Then they rolled them over to the 155s. And then we started seeing some weekly 160 calls. Folks, let's keep an eye on this thing. This thing got rejected off last week's highs today. Again, I don't know if it'll go tomorrow, whatever the case may be, but let's definitely make sure we set reminders. Let's keep an eye on this thing above last week's channels. If it does confirm, all those 155, 160 call buyers could really, really wake up, and that's exactly what we are looking for. Look at Circle. Again, we haven't talked about Circle in a little bit of time. The reason why I bring up Circle is, number one, everybody's kind of forgotten about it, right? It used to be a high flyer going back into, what was it, 2000? I don't remember what year it was even. Monthly, right? Yeah, this thing was a big high flyer in 2025, and everybody just like forgot about it. But you can see here, again, it's kind of doing the same thing on a little bit of a smaller scale. It's building above the 50-day moving average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see how it keeps on getting rejected off the 100-day SMA, right? We started seeing buyers come in today for the 82 weeklies. Considering the stock is $74, let's keep an eye on this thing. If this thing starts getting back above the 150-day moving average, that now it's gotten rejected we got rejected twice in the last 3 days. If it could get back above the 150-day moving average, maybe this thing does expand. Again, guys, the one thing about institutional money flow, they're not just throwing random weekly calls out there, right? There's some method to the madness. Like, for example, this morning, when SpaceX was at 143, they were pounding the 150s, right? The stock went to 149.80. So there's a reason why they're betting when they do. So when I started seeing some call volume coming in this afternoon for the 82 weeklies, considering that's 8 points out of the money, right away it goes on our radar. So going into tomorrow, I am sticking to the theme. Let's watch for anything that reclaims back, especially any semiconductor names, reclaims back the 50-day moving average. Everything else just kind of looks like blah, right? Just looks like we're just kind of drifting into Labor Day, right? I'm not really interested in a lot of names. Again, even the strongest names look like they're just kind of tired. But the money flow has to go somewhere, and that's the most important part. The money flow has to go somewhere. And if this theme continues to play out, then more and more semiconductor names should light up. So let's talk about today, right? Let's talk about today. Not a bad day at all. Not a bad day at all. DDOG never confirmed. This was pretty good. This was pretty big. It was a little bit too thin for me. I can't take a lot of these thin trades because I need liquidity. But AAOI really did well. One buyer came in today for the 180 weeklies. I don't know what the hell he knows. But this thing sparked off 153.40. This was the pivot. And this damn thing went to 161. Big move. Congratulations to all you guys who caught it. It traded right up to the daily Bollinger Band from the 53.40s, right up about 12 points at one point. Really big move on AAOI. SMTC, again, here's another example, right? Another example of a semiconductor reclaiming back its 50-day moving average. Here was the pivot, 143.75 needs to build, right? SMTC, it's the same setup, guys. You see it? It's literally the same setup here, right? It got back above the 50-day moving average and went up 13 points. Folks, that is the power of the 50-day reclaim. I don't care what style of trader you are. You get a stock back above the 50-day, there's a really high probability it's going to expand. So big move on SMTC. AMD only went up a couple of bucks and it came back in. Not ready yet. Apple didn't make it. This was good right off the word go. They were pounding the 150 weekly calls on SpaceX. 144 and 145 needs to reclaim. SpaceX went to 149.80, basically where they were pounding the 150 calls. So again, every time there is a little bit of a rest digestion cycle in the market, you don't need to panic. You don't need to start trying to recreate trades. Just look for the theme. Guys, everybody should be, no matter what stage of your career is, should be looking at a lot of charts. That's where you see the stocks that stand out like sore thumbs. And for me, for the last couple of days, I've just been seeing one after another, these semiconductor / memory names reclaiming big levels. So that's it, everybody. Have a great night, everybody. Good speed back to you guys on the field. Hope everybody is doing well. With God's help, again, we will see each other again tomorrow. Take care.